to kind of seep into more play of Cloud. You know, he is starting to play more of that character for good reason. You know, the character is, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people's opinions, way better. So it's good to explore those options, have more options, and not exactly be so super scared in those, I'd say, sad kind of situations.
Right. And
sad situation.
Yeah.
we talked about it before. Wario has to eliminate Luma in order to get in striking distance of Rosa. Cloud, he outranges both of them together.
I feel like Luma's automatically gone when Cloud's on stage.
Oh, but you don't want to sandwich yourself like that, Gidy. That is going to be Homika taking first blood with the fourth throw into Luma and getting immediate stage control here. And the constant sandwich, self-sandwiching by Gidy, not a good first sign in my opinion.
All right, taking a lot of damage just trying to make these approaches work out. Instead, just going to hang back, charge that limit. But, of course, you're on a timer. You got to let that rip and get some value out of it, whether it's just a blade beam to chip at the shield, forward or back air into cross slash for some damage. Obviously not going to turn into a kill just yet.
Yeah, I feel like using the limit, the timer, like you said, maybe abusing the stat buffs, baiting stuff out, dashing in and out, or if you just want to use the blade beam straight away, or the limit cross slash. But indeed, I feel like the forward air is the hero of the set for Gidy's side, right? It's going to be chopping down that little star every single time. And you see Luma nowhere to be seen right now.
Cloud up B1 puts Luma in tumble.
If she's damaged enough, I think.
Okay, that is crazy. That got Gidy that Luma kill. Now, though, at 150, Homika, he has been on the defensive, but look at the percentage. Only 40% as he's taking the first stock here. Gidy has had control, but has he converted that control into hits? Not yet. Homika here, though, making the hits count. Look at the corner pressure. Look at the establishment of center stage control. And Gidy making this look like Wario Rosalina, the way he's not getting in.
We saw in the last set, Popo was very content to keep Luma with him, right? Because you want that little bit of extra range when Wario's going to try to drift into you all the time. Here, because Homika knows Cloud outranges both of them, he's sending Luma out, deploying her to do the dirty work, right? And so far, that's worked out really well. We saw that turnaround up smash from underneath the platform work. A little bit of camouflage, too, with the green Luma on Pokemon Stadium. So I think this is a matchup where you get to see more of Rosalina's tricks, even if she's at a disadvantage.
For sure.
This is looking rough for Gidy. He's not getting these hits to stick. He's been getting neutral wins, but 80, it's chip damage, right? Meanwhile, look at this. Homika, he's predicting the trajectory that Gidy was taking. Again, that center stage magnet, right? Was there with the punish, finished it immediately. He is finishing his plate every single time. Gidy, he's playing with his food.
Now Gidy got that zigzag DI, man. No matter where he's going, it always seems to be back to the center stage. Doesn't even want to touch the ledge. I don't know if he's allergic to it in Texas. I don't know how they roll over there, but something needs to change. He's getting grabbed for free, he's getting hit for free, and he's got to pay sometime, man.
And you could see just how aware Homika is of Luma's placement at all times, right? The forward throw into up tilt, just purely calculated.
And this is what I mean, playing with your food. You're not establishing actual pressure. Homika, he's big chilling in the corner. Makes it back 115 only. The dash attack, is that a good trade? No, Luma's back, but that should be curtains. And now Gidy finally on the board.
Yeah, finding a way in.
That should be fine.
Not going to work out. Hold on, though. He's stuck at the ledge. Yep, not finding his way back anytime soon. And finally, I like that. Just backing off. Not trying to land aggressively. Sometimes you just need to reset to neutral.
That poke with the Luma. Homika, awareness, got the range, got the advantage.
Yeah, they are just pushing Gidy away.
That should be it. That should be it. JV. Free stock. And Homika, he was cool, calm, collected, in control.
Yeah.
All the C's on his side. He saw what Gidy was doing.
I feel like this is one of those matchups, too, just like Incineroar, right? If you haven't gone head-to-head with the top-level Rosalina, forget what the matchup ratio says, right? Forget what your favorite top player put on their matchup chart. It does not apply until you've mastered that in combat.
For sure.
Right? So I think there will be an adjustment period, also just because Homika plays a different style than your typical Rosalina. He's very good, very technical, smart, experienced veteran player. So it's going to take a while for Gidy to get his bearings here, but I think we'll start to see a better showing as the set develops. It might not be enough for him to win, but it'll definitely be better than that game one.
Yeah, I feel like the problem that game one was he was just expending his resources a bit too early. He would get put into off stage a bit and be like, I need to air dodge now. And like, if you're just going to feed Homika those air dodges all the time, Homika's going to fatten up by the end of the set, you know what I mean? He's going to eat them all day.
Yeah.
It's free for him. You just have to... Stop laughing. You just have to make sure you can kind of recover back to stage, recover to the ledge sometimes, you know what I mean? That zigzag, I'm going to keep saying it. Every time he was in disadvantage, I need to hit center stage. Bam. Luma's waiting for you. Rosalina's waiting for you. That big halo's waiting for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a case of
yeah.
how we reset to a better state. You know,
That's the
set
thing.
for a reason.
So I've been working with Homika for a while now, and something that we really talked about is like that center stage control, because it's not just about denying reversals, it's also about Luma. If Luma gets hit at center, it often requires 1 or 2 more hits to get her off stage, right? So it's not just about countering Cloud, it's also about snowballing your own game plan.
For sure.
So it's both sides of the coin that Homika is playing right now. And again, Gidy just dashing past Luma, you cannot do that. You gotta focus Luma first. Don't get sandwiched like this. Look at the combos.
So perfectly spaced away from Luma every time. And also Rosa's unique in that she can hold center and have Luma pressure you in the corner. She doesn't even need to go anywhere, right?
He's got a henchman.
Yeah, for real. And obviously Cloud, you know, when he's in the advantage state, when he's the one holding the corner down, it can feel impossible to get through him. But when there's 2 bodies doing it, it's just so hard to compete.
Okay, looking to trying to catch any landing from Gidy. This is more promising, right? He's making sure with these triplats now that Homika can't land for free. Finally has to pay some sort of agreement, you know, to kind of fight him in this way, but still just getting pressured again off stage.
And one thing that we're noticing here is just the damage that Cloud does, right? And not even on Homika himself per se, but Luma is like 3 back airs away from death at all points in time. That is huge. If we compare that to Homika's set against Super Sammy in Winners, we saw that Sammy, with that Young Link, really struggled to get that KO on the Luma. Gidy just throwing out back airs and kind of getting it automatically. Ooh, the side B?
Oh, you're done.
That's funny.
Wow.
I like that. Stopping the momentum and the GIMP just like that. Homika, again, only 70-ish on him after getting the first stock. But this time, like you guys said, Gidy looking a lot stronger.
I think the 2 places where Rosa actually has the edge in this matchup are in the juggle game, because up air is so much bigger than Cloud's down air, and off stage, right? Cloud obviously very exploitable there, but Rosa thrives in the edge guard situation in general. So we're seeing Homika really convert a lot of those into stocks. Oh, looking for the chase down. He had the right read, just a little too early, or too late rather.
But
oh, wow.
That's the reversal. Spends the limit so that he has a fresh one on a new stock. Of course, that respawn process takes away a lot of the timer. And one thing to keep in mind, right, in terms of Rosalina edge guarding, her floatiness is her biggest strength there, right? She gets to hang out at that offstage area for a lot longer than your average character. Gidy now coming alive with these roll reads. That's the second one we've seen back to back, and Homika has to reconsider his defense. The 3rd one back to back. This is Gidy coming alive in a big way. It's not showing in the percentage yet, but already making Homika sweat. Look at the control here.
Jesus Christ, this is chopping away. This is what I was talking about. The forward air being the hero, just again, the Homika, the villainous grab, just coming through and again. And I feel like, you know, Gidy is getting good center stage, gets the limit up B, finally takes the lead in the set.
Yeah, and clearly that 1 game worth of information was enough. Right. If you're able to catch on to just one tendency of the player, doesn't matter how well you know the matchup. If you can exploit the bad habit, then it's going to pay dividends for you. Gidy making so much value off of that. But hold on. We're going to see Cloud struggling to get down. No, I love that. The stall and then the air dodge, but it doesn't matter. Rosa up smash will come for us all at the end of the day.
Let's keep in mind, guys, this is still a very even game. Gidy with momentum, but Homika, look at these early combos. Look at the early pressure. Again, the control over the center. There's the reversal. Side B is going to KO Luma, but you're now off stage. A little bit of a bait. Like that. I like that. The follow-up pressure. Ooh, the chop. Fabs. That's a classic, right?
Telling you, bro.
The landing.
Any way to get back to stage, you know, even if they have to be aggressive there, a lot of the time they do have that ability to do that with those normals, with those sword normals. Unfortunately, though, you're facing against Luma, and that might be a better normal than the sword.
Oh, wow, that forward air kept him alive right there. I cannot believe the down air reached through the stage, by the way, right? That was still being active, even though Rosa had landed already, and the forward smash gonna seal the deal right there. But guys, we were talking about it before. 1 game for information did a lot. This was a last stock, mid-percent situation. It could have been won by Gidy at any point. Had he just gotten that last limit cross slash, Rosa would have been in some real trouble. Definitely wouldn't have died, but an edge guard could have come his way. So now that Gidy has collected another game worth of information, started exploiting that roll habit, started dealing with Luma a little bit better, I think he's looking pretty good for a Game 3 win. We'll see, though.
I'm curious to see if we're going to go back to Battlefield. It looked like it worked out pretty well for Gidy. But we have yet to see. We're loading into the game right now. Is this going to be Homika with a solid 3-0 or Gidy riding the wave of information to a victory? We are back on Battlefield and already the Luma taking some hits.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a case of if Gidy likes Battlefield or if it's Cloud likes Battlefield, but it definitely worked out more. They're able, well, Cloud's able to kind of just control a lot more space, you know what I mean? The second he puts you in the air, he's a Cloud for a reason. He'll be there every time with that sword, making sure you can't land safely.
He's a Cloud and he's causing you strife, that's for sure. See that landing up air, okay, into the back hit of the Nair. Kind of juicy two-piece right there, but not enough to close the gap. It's Homika still in the lead ever so slightly, but how do you get out of the corner against Cloud? You just don't, at least not without taking a couple hits.
Luma taking the bucket, and Gidy now, what we talked about before, right? You get rid of the Luma, you pressure Rosa, and then you KO the Luma as they respawn. That's what Gidy is putting on right now. Look at his awareness. Look at the... Whoa!
I ain't never seen that setup in Europe before.
Yeah, that's actually the Sabrick, bro. He invented that back in Smash 4. If you don't do the second hit, Cloud has a lot less ending lag on his up B, so you can get tech chase setups off the up B, or just, you know, if you miss, it's a lot harder to punish you.
But it's up smash for up smash. Gidy missing his, but Homika does not miss. Has Gidy off stage. There's a reversal on the limit, and a little bit off was Homika. Gidy making quick work of the stock as a result. Now Gidy with, I think, the first lead that we've seen so far.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he's been up a few % here and there, right? But taking the stock first and setting the pace, that's different. This is a really tough position for Rosalina. She doesn't like chasing down most of her prey, especially a character like Cloud, who just outranges her so much. With this limit, he's going to be so fast, but that stock gone very quickly as well.
Yeah, I'm liking the way Gidy's approaching this offense, right? He'll land any type of aerial and an immediate up tilt. He's putting Rosalina in the air so where he can actually continue that big game plan. The unfortunate thing is, though, he's leaving himself susceptible to grabs. He's getting a bit too spot dodge happy, and I think Homika's recognized, hey, man, you're pressing that R button. It's a little bit too much. Come here with the big hands. Luma's waiting as well, but it's Gidy waiting right now with the limit right now.
He's looking for it. He's looking for it. Homika with a very rude dash attack out of the corner and continues with the grab. Yeah, that's just rude. I mean, he's glowing. He's strong right now. Homika fights him regardless, and that is that surprise factor. Homika, just like Popo, has now Gidy in control. Tries to capitalize, but Homika is so slippery, right? Makes it hard for Gidy to know where he is. And like I said, he does not miss these up smashes, except for that final one. All right, I'm sorry, Gidy with the slipperiness in return, and that should be it.
Wow, okay, actually just killing Rosa with the dash attack. I was going to mention how it's one of the best tools in the entire game to kill Luma in one hit. Cloud's dash attack, right? Just a massive hitbox. It's so tall, right? It can catch her in a variety of positions, but that said, we're back to even. Gidy set the pace for this twice in a row, taking the stock first, but can he seal the deal on this last one? Will you actually keep yourself alive in this set? As an American, I'm not going to lie, I want to see some more games.
Yeah, of course we're going to see more as well. They're putting on a show because there's back and forth constantly, right? Last game, we also saw Gidy in control, but in that final like minute or so, Homika turned up and got the win, and that is the same thing that we might be seeing right now. Homika is looking pretty comfortable. That was in the cards for sure, but it's not going to land, and that's a huge use of resources. Like you said, Fats, it's such a big thing against Rosalina to manage your resources continuously. The jump to center gets punished. The chase is not it.
I'm telling you, bro, he just wants center stage. Gidy, Gidy really, it's like he needs it.
Homika did not roll.
Going only to the middle, and Homika just seems to be controlling that part so well.
But you know the price for being close to the ledge, and that's getting set up for an edge guard, right? Kind of letting fear rule him in some of these situations. But now, just going to stay on the left side, get that last little tick of limit, but are you going to get to use it? No. Rosa's up smash under the platform a little bit too safe.
There's a roll again. Gidy was not confident. Homika mixing it up now, aware of the dynamic. Gidy with the break, with the DI. What happened?
That was the most delayed death I've ever seen in Ultimate, right? You go so quickly when you take knockback in this game. So to see Rosa hover there for a second and then die, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe he tried to recall Luma and moved his hurt
They both jumped up. I think they were both surprised because they both just lit up after that game. That was quite, I did not expect that. No, I had to end it.
That was like an HDR delayed reaction death, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but we're getting more games. Happy Max.
That's what Max asked for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, man, I would love to see all the games here go Game 5, just because we have so much talent in the room. Several countries represented, right? U.S., France, Netherlands, Mexico. I think that's it for the remaining players. But
That's a lot.
yeah, I mean, how often do you get to see all these countries clash, right? I mean, you got international events like Genesis and stuff, but to have something nice like on the regional level where it's like, this is a very intimate environment. We're here in a goddamn movie theater. I mean, how cool is this, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they're putting on a show, that's for sure.
Just sit back, relax, and grab the popcorn. Homika with those combos, making it pop for sure. Now Gidy already on the back foot. This is not what we saw in the last 2 games. Homika is just chain grabbing him as if it's Brawl.
Yeah, any type of grab that Homika's getting is converting it straight into another area and just racking on damage. Gidy hasn't really got too much tact up on Homika himself, but still, okay, Blade Beam coming from Gidy right there, just going to keep him on the ledge. This is a ledge trapping situation. I feel like this is a big win condition for Gidy is when he's on the ledge.
Look at the feints in Homika's drift. Gidy not having it, just going all the way out there. But then the air dodges get enabled. Homika playing the matchups or playing the mix-ups very well here. And I think there's one thing that Gidy needs to bring this home, and that is his limit usage. We haven't really seen him hit those limit moves as often as we want to. And, you know, limit cross slash starts killing extremely early against Rosalina.
Right.
I also like how he's been using limit climb hazard, right? Kind of like an emergency landing option.
my
Air
God,
dodge into the
Luma?
ground and pop that because it's so fast. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just this little star taking on the badass anime sword fighter.
Dude, she came in from nowhere, from the shadows, like an assassin, and just ended that stock in no time. And look at the juggle, look at the percents.
And we talked about the juggling from Homika's side. It's so critical. It's vital to his game plan as well. Anytime Gidy's in the air, it's like, damn, you're going to take so much more percent. And like I keep saying, he doesn't want to go back to ledge and reset. He just wants to go back to the center stage and just get beat up for free. Unfortunately, though, it is Gidy's time to shine at the moment, and he is keeping Homika in the air.
Shine he does. He's shining blue, immediately spends it. No longer shining. Now Homika with the center stage control, the Luma establishing that. Gidy tries to weasel his way in and capitalizes on it with that roll read.
And I feel for Gidy, right? Like the rush to get back to center stage. When you're the aggressor in this matchup, it feels like you're chasing Rosalina down. Half of his damage has just come from these roll reads because you know Homika wants to retreat.
Oh, for sure.
Trying to call that patience out, but also you gotta match it with some of your own. If you're just hitting the gas 24/7, you're gonna crash, man.
I feel like he just wants to stop Homika from getting his game plan started. And finally, Gidy can take that stock. Has limit on deck, just going to keep the stat buffs for now and kind of just rush around him.
And I think exactly what you mentioned, Fabs, is entirely true. Like, he hasn't really been dealing with, like, desync Luma yet. So he's trying to rush Homika down before he can get the desync set up. And that is where things start going wrong because then those Luma traps get enabled. The first thing I said is don't get sandwiched. What happens here? Game 4, Gidy, you're adapting, but is it enough?
Oh, wow. Okay, killing Luma by taking all her HP away. Definitely a rarity for a character like Cloud who can just knock her away so efficiently. But that said, is that enough for Gidy to put a dent in the massive lead Homika has right now? So far, doing a pretty good job. He has not given up advantage. And like you said, Ramses, it's so important to be in a good spot for when Luma respawns. Right there, though, Gidy overextending a little bit. His feet were not planted on the ground. We could have seen one dash attack be the difference. Oh, never mind. You got a limit cross slash.
Oh, yeah. It's hidden, but it's not KOing, and that's what we need, right? You can get all the hits you want, but that final one is the only one that matters at the end of the day. Homika now, again, he's getting these Lumas back because they're respawning while he's in the air, and Gidy's not been converting off of the juggles, but the corner pressure has been going a lot better for Gidy, and it's looking very, very good for him right now. He's not in the lead yet, but the momentum definitely heading his way.
Bro, Homika was up a whole stock at the start of this game. You know, we were talking about he was down and over. Look at now how Gidy is just inside this game right now. He's locked in. It's super close.
I can't believe that Luma busted him out of that cross slash, though. Just the amount of damage that move does, it would have been such a huge swing. But even despite that, Gidy doing a great job, gets rid of Luma here, dodges the tech chase, opens him up. Okay, Nair, F-tilt, but what's the finisher going to be? Do you survive this ledge trap if you're Homika right now?
He's shining. He's shining.
Oh, no!
But gimme.
Oh, but he goes right back to the stage.
A little bit too early. He's saying gimme, but he's not getting it. Homika saves the Luma with the clash.
Yeah, the clash actually saved him right there. Luma being the bestest friend in the building at the moment. Air dodging, just feeding it to Homika. Again, not finishing in his plate this time, and they're both scrapping. It's a scram.
Luma punish.
I like that mix-up, though.
The sandwich.
Gidy backed off after the first 2 hits of cross slash several times throughout this set, and that long-term conditioning actually just got him a break that he really needs. If he finds enough time to charge his limit up, wins neutral one more time, okay, this could be everything. Yeah, gonna respect the Luma.
Oh, high! Goes high, uses the Luma hitbox.
This is do or die for both.
Okay, the high recovery from Gidy this time.
Center. The fades. He falls out, but the jab picks it up. Homika with the juggle. He misses the roll. No chase, no confidence from Gidy, but the up smash for Homika coming in clutch.
Oh, that was such a great set and such an intense last stock right there. Gidy making a heroic comeback, making things extremely close after trailing for the entirety of that game. I mean, he was honestly getting destroyed, right? But then something just clicked. And he knew Cloud is a character engineered for comebacks.
For sure.
He's very solid at just tacking on a lot of damage, exploiting these light and floaty characters like Rosa. If you don't let her touch the ground, you can win from any position. That said, it was just some of those real subtle Luma setups, right? Luma underneath the platform, really the biggest thorn in Gidy's side throughout the set, I think.
I think that's the biggest thing, is he was not managing Luma's position well enough.
I was going to say, you were talking about desyncs in like kind of the earlier games, and it kind of came into fruition before where like Gidy